Viral Marketing Explained, written by Akdeniz, narrated by Andrea Ericson. Introduction. Do you ever get that overwhelming urge to tell someone about something new that you just learned? Have you ever called one of your friends about a new movie you heard about? Or texted them about a new club that just opened? Have you ever sent an email to a group of friends inviting them to a new art gallery exhibition? How many dozens of people have you told about your new favorite book? Every single person on the planet can have an influence on others whenever they interact. Provided you don't live completely cut off from the outside world, there is a good chance that you interact with people every day, communicate your feelings, compare your interests, strike up conversations, and strengthen relationships. This is a completely natural process, but at the very core of communication is the sharing of ideas. While in simple terms, that sharing could be as simple as opinions on the weather or news regarding the well-being of one another's family members, that is still the sharing and exchange of information between two people. That information is deemed as important by one and therefore accepted as important by the other. I realize that the fundamental description of a basic conversation is not what you opened this book for, but it is important to understand the traditional ways of communication and interpersonal networks before tackling the much more complex and impactful methods that have come to dominate the modern world. The people with whom you interact become your network, and the full extent of how valuable that network can be has only recently been realized. In the past, companies have used every type of marketing imaginable to attract customers and increase awareness of their brand. One of the most common types of advertising is word-of-mouth marketing, WOMM. For many years, in fact, this has been relied on as one of the most effective forms of marketing. Essentially, when a friend tells you something, you pay more attention to it than if you pass one of 1,000 other billboards on the highway. Your neighbor recommending one car brand over another holds more weight than flipping through the auto pages splashed with promises of blowout prices and best in class. Companies rely on word-of-mouth marketing because news of their product or services has the ability to spread for no additional cost. Essentially, every engaged consumer that tells an unengaged consumer represents free advertising. Perhaps you can see why WOMM is so highly prized in the business world. Now, in the past, an individual's personal network was based on one-on-one communication, or at most, communication within larger organizations, groups, book clubs, nights out, parties, conferences, etc. On that small scale and method of transmission, it wasn't feasible or cost-effective for companies to infiltrate those conversations with any form of marketing. They relied on outside advertising methods to influence individuals within the larger population in the hopes that they would spread the information and awareness to those who hadn't experienced the advertising firsthand. The efficacy of this strategy was improved by more targeted marketing techniques over the years, particularly once companies began gathering information from company credit cards, membership clubs, surveys, and other data acquisition points. This allowed companies to specifically target marketing to consumers, increasing their conversion rate and thereby increasing their likelihood to spread the word about a product or service. For decades, advertising gurus had sought out the most cost-effective and efficient means of reaching buyers within target demographics, but in the past 2 decades, a massive shift has occurred within the world of marketing. Obviously, the past 2 decades also represents the rise of the Internet into the global foundation on which billions of people base their businesses, communication, research, commercial activities, and careers. Just as dozens of other aspects of modern life have had to adapt, so too has advertising, but the fundamental principles of advertising still apply. The Internet may have changed the rules of the game, but companies are still playing the same sport. I use the term companies because they are the typical forces behind advertising.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?